If you have a warning light came into your dashboard shows battery or alternator, visit workshop, you came to the right place. We will sort it out in a minute. I'm just having this problem with this Sprinter van 2015, but still you could use this concept to sort this problem out in any other van or cars, but I'm not advising you to do so if you don't know what you're doing. I guess what I'm trying to say here, you don't need to be a high skilled mechanic to get this fixed, but obviously if you don't have even the basic, I won't advise you to do so. And in that case, you could just go and visit your local garage or workshop and let them sort it out for you. First thing first, you need to have a multimeter, and one of them cheap ones, you could get it off eBay, could do the trick for you. Because all we need is we need to measure the current in the battery and the current that comes from the alternator to the battery. So we could figure out where the problem is come from the battery or from the alternator, because it's 50-50. It could be from the battery, it could be from the alternator, and you won't be able to know that without the multimeter. So we are going to start with the battery first. We do have the positive and negative probe of the multimeter. The negative in the negative in the battery and the positive in the positive in the battery, and we will have a look and see how much we're gonna get. Alright, it should be around 12 volt. So if it's less than 12 volt, that's definitely the battery's like could be like drained quickly, and if that's the case, so we'd have to replace the battery. But I do know that there's nothing wrong with my battery. Battery was working perfectly fine, but still worth checking it. So the second part that we're going to check, and this is the interesting part, is the alternator. And the most important point here is the current that normally comes from the alternator to the battery. It should be around 14 volt. So we're gonna run the engine and put the positive in the positive and negative in the negative and see how much you're gonna get. If we get in less than 14 volt, that means definitely the alternator has gone and need to be replaced or repaired. As you can see here, I'm using my OBD scanner to check how much volt that I'm getting from the alternator to the battery, and it's about 10 volt, and that's giving me clear indication that my alternator has gone. So now we managed to find where the problem is coming from. So the problem now from the alternator. I need to take the alternator out of the van and investigate that further. To take the alternator off, obviously you would have to take the serpentine belt of it first, and to do that you would have to release the tensioner. So you could take the belt off, and there is 4 bolts, 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top of it. Most common problem on these alternators is the brushes. So the brushes, they will go like worn over time, so obviously it's moving part, and obviously you'd have to replace them. But obviously if you don't know how to do that, you'd have to replace the whole alternator. So if you take it to the garage, they're not going to even waste their time and taking it apart, replacing the brushes, and this, they would just replacing the whole part. But this alternator for this printer, this is like about 450. I did ask the Mercedes dealer the other day. He got him for £86, I believe. So it's nearly £500. So that's why you need to investigate and double check if the problem from the brushes. I will just replace the brushes. So take it easy when you take this apart, because obviously there's like a wires underneath this a piece of plastic. So if you damage them wires, in that case you screw up, you would have to buy a whole thing. So that's going to be £500 in this situation. So there's like 7mm balls, I believe, 3 of them. As you can see me like try to remove them to release that cover out of the alternator. And in that cover there are 2 brushes hidden inside that cover. You'll see them in a minute. So about these brushes, they're not quite expensive. It's like £5 on eBay, £10, less than £10 anyway. But just make sure to order the right one. And the other thing is, if you don't have soldering machines, if you don't know how to desolder, my advice is go to any local electricians and hand him over the plastic cover, that plastic cover with got the brushes on it, and give him the brand new brushes. He will replace them for you, because I would rather do that if I don't know how to do it. And the funny thing is, when I took that one off, I rang my Mercedes dealer up and inquiring about that part. They quoted me £70 for that one, and even though the brushes, them two brushes, had only £5 on eBay. So I did order them too, and I did solder them myself. So it's like I would rather do it myself rather than get the brand new one. Because this is the most important part. I'm talking about the brushes one. So I would advise you to take it always seriously. So even if you got to the point to buy a brand new one, like from your dealer, part like £70, £100, £80, whatever, it's at least like save you a lot of money, you know what I mean, rather than to buy the whole alternator. But if you get to the point that you can't afford to buy a brand new cover, she's got the brushes on it, rather than buy the brushes separately, at least buy a brand new brushes and take them to, I'm talking about two pieces of brushes, and take them to electricians, because they will sort it out perfect. Because the solder that I got on the tip of the two brushes really need to be working out with very good soldering station. And obviously, if you don't have that one at home, so I would rather hand it over to the one that the electricians will got it. So because this is the delicate part on this whole process. So if you manage to get to this point and you've sorted it out, well done. I'm just gonna put it back together and install it in a van and see what reading you're gonna get in the multimeter. There we go again. We're gonna put the multimeter probe in a battery, and obviously the positive in a positive and negative in negative, and see how much current from the alternator coming to the battery. As you can see me, yeah, it's 14.4, and that's what we're after. There you go. So there you have it, sorted. And here's me checking it again, just to double check that I'm getting the right reading. So I'm using the OBD2 scanner to see if I'm having the same voltage, which is 14 point something. As you can see here, it's 14, yeah, 14.5, 14.4, 14.5. That's a really good result. But one more things to do is obviously, because we do have like engine check light in the dashboard, you won't be able to reset it without the OBD scanner. So you would have to have OBD scanner to reset that engine light so you could get back to normal. That's why the OBD scanner come handy here. There you have it. That's about it. So with that being said, please, if you do have any kind of questions, just add them in a comment. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Catch you in the next one. Ciao. Bye.